really changes it for me is like just spending as most of my day outside as possible. Like I never would have thought that would have made a difference. I don't know, is it placebo? It might be placebo, but
yeah, I don't. Well, did you do a lot of outdoor stuff when you were a kid? Like,
yeah.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good. That's good.
Yeah, I was like lived outdoors.
Yeah.
I didn't start playing video games till I was like 15, so up
How
until
old
then,
are you?
I'm 38.
Okay.
What games we got?
What games did you play when you were 15? What was this stuff?
I was playing like, I got the Xbox, so I was playing like all of that shit, bro. Like I had Splinter Cell.
Halo?
We had Halo. Oh yeah, tons of Halo. Even before that, we had like Star Fox.
Oh shit. Okay.
Get into jiu-jitsu a couple times a week?
Yeah, no, I'm only doing like once a week right
Once a
now.
week.
I'm just so busy, man. I don't really have the time. I need to find a new gym because the class I usually go to are like at noon, and noon's like the worst time for me to break away. I need find a 6 a.m. class or a 7 a.m. class.
How long have you been doing it?
I've only been doing it for like a year and a half.
What got you in? That's interesting. Yeah, what got you into it?
My buddy Sal got me into it. My buddy Sal, who, funny enough, our kids go to the same school, and we were just like talking one day, and he said he's been doing it he's like a blue belt, and he like kept bugging me. He's like, dude, come try it out, and I was like, I don't really have much time. It's kind of like weird. Seems a little gay.
It is.
And then finally I got into it, and then I was like, the first class I got super injured. Second class I got injured fucking again, and then like I forced myself to go back and keep trying it, and then I got like addicted to it. So it's a fun thing. It's a fun way to like break yourself out of the normal everyday vibe of life, you know? Get yourself off the beaten path and kind of like reset.
Do you notice anything different about your body as you've been doing it? Like anything?
Yeah, my fingers are crooked. My back hurts more. Just injuries, but no, like I need to learn more like flexibility training and like more. I need to figure out how to make my body function better for like jiu-jitsu and surfing and that kind of shit. Instead of just like this typical sort of bench press, pull-ups, squats. That's why I love your shit, dude. Your Instagram and your YouTube are insane. All the stuff that you're doing is really, really fucking interesting.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Makes my body feel good, dude. And like, no, I think one of the cool things is like, you know, I'm able to like test some of this stuff with people, but I think one of the coolest differences that like I've seen is like Mark. Like if you pay attention to like, you know, how stiff he was years ago and all the adjustments and changes that he's made as like people, because like I learned this thing from David Weck a few years back, right? And then I just fucking like went down that rabbit hole of rotational stuff, but Mark's body too has like just been becoming like unglued. It's kind of crazy. Right, with all
really?
Yeah, I mean, have you?
Yeah, it's making a big difference.
Stuff?
Yeah.
You haven't seen much of his old stuff?
No, not much.
Ooh, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I went to the chiropractor the other day, and he was doing some adjustment on my back because it was tweaked from jiu-jitsu, and my spine is like kind of minor curve at the bottom. And he was like showing me, he's like, do these workouts. He's like. And he basically showed me the same thing you showed me when you came to Florida. He goes, go like this, hold the thing out, and then you got to rotate like this.
Right.
Wait, of a pallet press?
No, I was showing him like more like FP type stuff.
Oh, okay.
But,
Okay. But the chiropractor probably showed him a pallet press.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Oh,
He was trying to get me to strengthen like this side of my body.
He hates it, yeah. Yeah, exercises that, I don't know, just require more movement rather than just like a deadlift. Deadlifts are great. It's a good movement, but we've gotten into sandbags, lifting some sandbags and stuff like that, and that's been really helpful. Yeah. That's something you can just have at your house.
I saw you lift that 300-pound bag.
Dude, no, like for you in jiu-jitsu, sandbags will be, it's cool, like just what Mark just said, with those, having like some light ones around your place, like not even 100 a pound, like 50 pounds, 75 pounds.
Really?
And just becoming familiar with lifting it, we'll fuck around with those too.
Yeah.
But getting your body in that position to lift, like in jiu-jitsu, you're not going like this, you're breathing and lifting, right? You have to be able to use those back. So that'll be super good. But like this, well, as you're doing this, one thing to try to think about is trying to, because initially people think about swinging the rope with their hands. So first, like, obviously breathe, because I think whenever we learn something new, we hold our breath. But then try to see if you can rotate your back to steer the rope versus just steering it with your hands. So rotate your back a bit, like that. Yeah. Exactly.
You can almost try to keep your hands like more still.
It'll hit you. That's part of it.
And just move your back around a bunch. Yeah,
Over time, as like if you do it more to become comfortable with steering with your back, you're gonna feel kind of like things start to elongate a little bit.
Yeah.
Because even though the rope is light, it's still a level of resistance.
Yeah.
And it's resistance with centrifugal force. That's like pulling.
Yeah.
So when you learn how to like not just swing, but also tap into that force with your body, it brings a level of decompression to your spine. And a lot of things we do compress us a lot. So that's why it feels so good. That's also why, especially if you're doing an art like jiu-jitsu, which is, it's a very rotational practice. Like you have sweeps that you're very good on one side versus another side.
Right.
This practice allows you to work on rotation on both sides of your body. If you're right-handed, your left side rotation is typically going to be worse. And your right side's going to be better. But you can start learning how to make both side rotation smooth, smooth and feel good, so that like you're getting those repetitions and you're getting both of those repetitions on both sides of your back. So that's one of the reasons why like this is a practice that like was one of the reasons why I don't really have back pain, because I had a lot of lower back pain with jiu-jitsu for years. And we had so many people come in here. Mark knows, like every certain guest I would come in, I'd be like, so I have this thing on the right side of my lower back that I can't get rid of, right? But it was this and probably a few other things that like don't have any type of back pain. And I train a lot. You know what I mean? So I think you'll dig this stuff.
How often do you train?
About 3 to 5 times a week, depending on the week. Yeah.
See, I got to get mats in my new place so I can do it more.
But
I'm always working. So if I had mats at my place, I feel like I'd be able to do it all the time.
Yeah. That's the thing, like, you know, obviously you listen to your body. If you can get it once a week, get it once a week. There's going to come a period where 2 times a week is going to feel good to you. And then as your body feels better and better, you're going to feel like you want to train more and more. The tough thing about jiu-jitsu is a lot of people, it's the everyday porrada. Have you ever heard that?
What is it?
Everyday porrada?
Oh, yeah.
Everyday train, everyday fight, right?
Yeah.
But like that mindset, because it's an actual martial art that is cranking, twisting of the body.
Yeah.
And if you're training through pain all the time, you're just going to get worse and worse and worse. At some point, you're going to quit. So that's why you want to have things that like make you feel better. Yeah. So that you want to go train rather than like you feel like you have to go train even though you're suffering. You know what I mean?
Yep. Totally.
It's tough. So I feel you.
That's a huge difference, though. What he just said is sometimes if you're doing it once a week, it might be like a thing. You know, if you go and do it once a week, it might be like this monumental thing.
Yep, totally.
That's kind of difficult. Oh, I hope so-and-so's not there. And like, you know, you're kind of worried and thinking about it. And like you're stalling. You're like, oh, I'm going to go to the 12 o'clock. And then you go to the 4 o'clock.
Right.
Because you're just stalling, you know, like that sort of thing used to happen to me with like powerlifting. Because you make a certain day like so monumental in terms of what type of weight that you have to lift or whatever.
Right.
And then I learned just to have more fun with it, and that really changed things a lot. But also just managing and taking care of my body better, and managing how often I went heavy was everything. And then I just found myself wanting to go more when I lifted less.
Right.
You know, even though when I'm there, I want to lift more, right? But it's kind of like it will cut into your next workout kind of thing.
I'll tell you, the cardio was like next level. Like, bro, I'd never expected I'd experience any kind of cardio harder than like surfing big waves for hours on end.
That's got to be crazy.
That is like, every time I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
You actually reminded me I needed to do something. Where is it? I needed to, one sec.
I've been working on some rotation stuff because the rope, you know, it covers a lot of stuff. But I think, you know, if I have the rope like this and I try to, you know, rotate, it's going to want to hit me, right? But if I go like this, I just shorten it. Or if I had a shorter rope period, I can work on, you know, some of this here. I'm just keeping my head in the middle. And I can kind of work here. And this is hitting me, but it's not like whipping me like crazy or anything.
You don't like to get whipped, do you? It doesn't feel right, does it?
I don't. Yeah. I don't enjoy it. I like whipping, but not getting whipped.
Mark,
sure.
Be part of the edit. Actually, keep that as part of the edit. I want people to see who this man really is. You should get yourself one of these.
What is it?
It's a Boss Rutan's O2 trainer.
You
know
put
Boss
that.
Rutan?
You put that right up your ass.
Really?
Yeah, it's great.
Fuck, I'll do anything if it saves me from throwing up.
No. So this thing, it trains your diaphragm. I watched it. But you put it on your mouth. It has different levels, right? So if, like, this is level 1. You notice how that's like, there's that really small hole? And what it does is, like, typically, there's this whole thing on nasal breathing, mouth breathing, whatever, but it trains you so that, like, here, that little hole is what I'm going to be sucking the air through.
Yep.
And then
What the fuck?
so you'll exhale through there. The exhale is going to be really, really short. You'll find whatever level you're at, right? But it forces, like, after you do it for like 2 or 3 minutes, whatever level you're at, you're going to feel your diaphragm start to quiver. And it resistance trains the diaphragm so you become a stronger breather using the diaphragm. Because most, like,
oh shit.
Like, there have been studies done on tennis players that are showing that, like, a majority of athletes are very bad breathers within their sports. So they don't breathe using their diaphragm, and typically when they get tired, they start to panic breathe, mouth breathe, and they're breathing with their accessory breathing muscles rather than using
So
the
it trains you to
diaphragm.
breathe with this.
It trains you to breathe with this, because you should be, during the day, like, your mouth should generally be closed when breathing, and you should be breathing deeply here. You're able to get deeper breaths, more relaxed breaths. It keeps you calmer and more parasympathetic. There have been a lot of studies on that, so it's proof. But athletes kind of lose that when they start to train, and they breathe however they need to breathe to do the task.
Right.
But if you can breathe deep into your diaphragm as you're doing jiu-jitsu, and you can get a stronger diaphragm, you're gonna notice that you will not get as tired as quickly.
Whoa.
It makes a very big difference.
Let me take a picture of that.
It's on Amazon. It's like $50. Like, I use this every single day, bro. It's
Really?
like, nowadays with jiu-jitsu,
You use it while you do shit, or just you just sit down and use it?
I usually, like, I'll do it in the morning for like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 seconds, level 1, just to stress the diaphragm, and then I'll go do other stuff.
Right.
It is important though, like, since that is like a diaphragm workout, you might feel a little bit harder to get air when you do your other tasks, but as your diaphragm gets stronger, you're gonna find that you're using it more when you're breathing during exercise and when you're breathing when you're tired, which will keep you less stressed during your sessions. It takes time.
That's incredible.
I've been using that for a while, but like, that's like, that thing is legit.
I mean, if I could just not be so goddamn exhausted during rolling, that would be 75% of the battle for me.
And then you'd want to do it more.
Right, exactly.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of other stuff, like nowadays, like, I don't have to open my mouth when I roll for the most part, with most people. So jiu-jitsu doesn't feel stressful.
Right.
Because my breathing isn't taxed that much. So, but that's one of those things that'll help you out a lot.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Imagine going against him and he's just like not breathing hard at all. You're like, what the fuck?
It's fun, all the things it forces you to learn, though, man, jiu-jitsu. Like, if I didn't start doing it, I wouldn't be doing half the shit I do right now, right? I wouldn't be using any of that shit.
Yeah.
What's been some of the most interesting guests you've had since you've had a real wide array of people on your show?
Dude, it's all over the place. I just had a dude on who's a memory athlete. So he goes around, he's a 6-time world champion. He's won the world championship for memory 6 times. And it was wild, the shit he was explaining to me, how, like, there's all these ancient Greek techniques these guys use to strengthen their memory and to memorize anything. And some of the techniques are just bananas.
I think I've seen a guy like that on Instagram. I wonder, maybe there's a bunch of people like that. But yeah, I remember him saying, like, I'm going to teach you these verses of the Bible or something, 10 Commandments. He taught someone the 10 Commandments, and he's like, you're going to be able to say it back to me. And the guy's like, I'm not going to be able to remember all. He's like, just relax. I'm going to teach you it in like 2 minutes.
Right.
And he did. And the guy was able to say it all back because he had them remember each thing with something else, association basically.
Well, it's fascinating because, like, back in, like, the ancient and, like, antiquity, everything that was written down, it was written on, when they wrote ancient Greek, there was no punctuation and there was no spacing in between words. And it was all written on scrolls. So if you wanted to memorize something.
No punctuation or spacing between words?
No spacing and no punctuation, and on scrolls. So you can't go to page 500 and look at the second paragraph. you have to memorize exactly where shit was on the scroll. So like, the idea is they had far better memories back then, right? Because they had a lack of technology.
Because they just had to.
And they used this technique called a memory palace. There was this ancient Greek performer called Simonides who developed it. Basically, the idea is you associate memories with physical locations. So what these memory guys do is they'll pick like a building, right? And like a library or like an abandoned building or like a warehouse or a house, and they'll decide what they want to memorize. Say it's a book or whatever. They'll take every chapter of the book or every main idea of the book and associate it with a physical location in that building, and they call it a memory palace.
I've seen this shit in movies.
Dude, it's wild.
I didn't realize
it's
like,
real.
That's real.
It's incredible how good it works, man.
That's
I feel like
cool.
I saw that in like Sherlock or something. That's sick. So this guy has a memory palace.
He has tons of memory palaces for all kinds of things.
Did he mention like going to, because like obviously you mentioned a building, right? This building has 3 rooms.
Yeah.
Did he like go to like an intricate building with a lot of
You
rooms?
can.
Or did he just like make a building in his head?
No. He goes to real buildings to do
Goes
this
to real
stuff.
buildings.
Yeah, so he'll literally go to a real building. Or like, if he wants to memorize a book, right? He'll take that book, like the paperback version of it, and he'll go to a place he's never read a book before. And every day he'll go to that specific place to read that book, so that physical location is tied to the memories of that book. And
That's
it
like
makes
high
you
level association.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy
exactly.
shit.
And spatial locations and so that kind of association is like has the strongest tie to your memory. It's wild
cool.
shit.
That's really cool.
Trying to figure out how I can apply that.
He can memorize a deck of cards backwards in like 3 minutes.
Wow.
That's crazy.
He can just flash the deck of cards in front of him and he can recite it for you.
Did he have you do anything? Did he like show you something
Yeah,
particular?
he explained shit. He didn't
Yeah.
really like do any like demonstrations on the show.
Yeah.
But it's really cool stuff, dude.
Some
Other
people
than
just
that,
have
though-
amazing memories, and they probably rely on a lot of those tools that guy's talking about without even really knowing it. You know?
Yeah.
My brother has a crazy memory.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a photographic memory?
Yeah, you had him on the show.
Dude, he's amazing.
Yeah, he does have what I would consider to be a photographic memory. It might take him a second. I mean, we were just talking about a friend the other day, and he's like, "Oh yeah, his girlfriend's Mayette," and I was like, "Fuck, something like 15 years ago." He just remembers it, you know?
Wow.
I don't know if he associates it or if things are just more important to him for some reason.
Yep.
That's probably part of it. I think just tend to have a pretty good memory on the shit that you really care about.
Yeah.
You know, if you were, I mean, we're all basically married.
Yeah.
But if you were to meet a girl that was smoking hot, that you really liked a lot, you wouldn't forget her name. You know what I mean? It would be easier to remember her name because you would be more motivated to remember.
It's funny. There's this house in my neighborhood that whenever I walk by it, they use this specific laundry detergent that I can smell, like even just walking past their house because they have their garage open. And it brings me back to this girl I dated in like high school, where her house smelled exactly. They must have used the same laundry detergent. But whenever I walk by, I get fucking teleported back in time to like that girl's house.
Let me ask you this: is what's like maybe what could be recent or one of the oldest ones? I'll definitely ask this during the show too, or someone's gonna ask this during the show. But what's stuck with you? Because like us, you've done a lot of fucking episodes with a lot of cool people, and there's like so much information that you can apply to your life, right? But what do you think is like? What's one of the top things that like you're doing now that from one of your conversations? That's
From one of my
stuck with you?
conversations?
Yeah, that's stuck with you because there's a lot of info you get. You can't use it all. So
Yeah.
what's one of those things?
Oh man, I don't know, dude. There's so much. It's just like the thing is, it's so like the amount of people I talk to. We do like 3 a week.
Yeah.
So it's like my hard drive's overflowing as it is. Definitely the one thing that we were talking about earlier that I use more in my everyday is like being outside in the sun more and like working out outside. I mean, the biggest thing that like the podcast in general has taught me, and this isn't because of any specific guest, is just like the pressure and the work, the work that goes into it is like just disciplining my life. And that comes along with like having kids too, you know, because I really have no choice but to like, that's the priority, and like the work has to come second, and I have to get the work done or I can't pay for the kids. So I got to figure out, I have no choice. Like I have a gun to my head. I have to fucking be super disciplined or else my life will fall apart. So I think that's been the biggest thing for me is like the structure. And like, I barely have time to prep for podcasts anymore. Like I can spend 20, 30 minutes prepping for a podcast maybe before we record. And we don't have time to edit. We don't have editors. We have people that just throw in ads and the intro and the outro and that's it. So like, I have to be fucking on, dude, 24/7. So yeah, man, that's been, I think out of everything, that's probably been the biggest thing that I've taken out of it, you know?
You think podcasts are going to change a lot in the next 2 years or so?
I think a lot of people are going to, like I was telling you on the walk earlier, I think there's like a huge culling that's happening right now in the whole podcast world, especially with YouTube. I think they're going to, looks like that guy Ty Lopez. I think they're going to start pulling back on like the reach on YouTube of podcasts in general, and it's going to get a lot of people to quit.
As in like the algorithm? They're gonna
they're going to start pulling back. I think they've already done it. They're going to start pulling back on podcast reach in general.
Because the influence that podcast
just because of how it's hit a critical mass, and there's so many goddamn podcasts now, and people are like starting podcasts and just like they're reverse engineering the success, saying like, look, this is all we need to do. There's a recipe to have a successful podcast. You got to have sick cameras. We got to get famous people, and then we'll be successful. And there's so many people doing that have money.
Yeah.
That are trying to like basically like game the system, and YouTube is noticing that, and so they're pulling back to see who can hold their breath the longest and get through it. So I think if you can get through like the next 12 months of whatever's going on right now, I think it's going to be fine. But
very interesting.
I think that's definitely happening. I don't know like as far as like how it'll evolve or like what the next thing will be. I don't know. I think about that all the time though.
What kind of stuff do you listen to?
I listen to all kinds of crazy shit, man.
Well, I mean, from your podcast, I can tell you.
Just whatever. I'm not like, I try to like pay attention to like what's going on in the world, like geopolitical shit, political shit, and as well as like all the health stuff and, you know, all the crazy woo-woo UFO stuff and just, you know, the shit I'm interested in, you know?
Do you know, let me just curious, because like, I think I should be paying more attention to geopolitical stuff. I just kind of see what kind of comes up on the feed here and there. But does that give you any level of stress or anxiety? Because like I notice like when a lot of people, like when my mom watches so much news, or I know so many people who pay attention to this stuff, and it's just like, there is some stress that comes with understanding all this whole, it's good to know what's going on, but to not let it actually affect you is another thing. So does it like ever, with all this shit that you've been watching and paying attention to, or are you just, is that just your interest and it doesn't bother you?
No, I don't think it stresses me really.
Okay,
it's more like a mental exercise, you know? Because I get to call up my mom who's super liberal and argue with her, and then I get to call up my dad who's super conservative and argue with him. Because they're both brainwashed in their own cults, and I get to like basically like play the game with them, and I get to like do a little mental gymnastics with them. So it's good exercise for me. It's fun.
It's good exercise for them too. Shit.
Yeah,
you know,
for real.
Awesome. Okay, that's sick.
Yeah, man, it's fun. Yeah, my mom's a fine art professor. And my dad is a retired mailman.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So it's amazing they even were married for 2 years.
Yeah, it's amazing they even met, right? Have you ever messed with this before?
No.
This actually would be really good for your feet too, because your feet have to kind of do a lot of different shit when you push. But yeah, it's just simply just walk with it. You can get on different parts of it. You can get lower.
You leave your arms fully extended?
Yeah, you could do it that way, or your arms can be enclosed, either way.
Man, this thing's just fucking gnarly. I couldn't run with this if I fucking wanted to.
There's different settings too, so.
Probably on 3 right now. The harder, because that variable resistance, the harder you push, the harder it pushes back.
Oh, really?
So that's why, like, yeah, feel that shit.
I need one of those.
Yeah, so if you had something like that and even just like jumped rope in between or did rope flow in between to recover, you can work on the stuff he's talking about. You can do some nasal breathing in between and really get your work capacity just going through the roof. Your son
my
can
heart's
push.
pumping, dude.
You can get your son to push that too.
Right?
Yeah.
Your kids. You have a boy and a girl, or?
I have 2 boys and a girl.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Yeah.
He's got a great ass, doesn't he?
Voluptuous.
You think like the only way to work your legs, or a lot of people think about working the legs, is resistance training in the gym, right? But with this, like you're getting knees, feet, hamstrings, glutes with high level resistance.
Yeah, you got to walk backwards with it, dude. It feels amazing.
Right? With this thing, like you can do pulls. Like the sled is money. I wish everybody would own a fucking sled. It's the best. It's the best piece of equipment, I think, for everything.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's more things to use,
Yeah.
but everyone should own a sled. Especially every jiu-jitsu type athlete. Every athlete should own a sled.
Right.
Yeah. This is Mark's shake strap. I think it's the best thing for the sled, but you can like use this and pull.
We did like 10 sets of sled forward and backwards the other day.
Where?
Wow, that's a wild feeling. It's like muscles I've never worked out before.
From a conditioning perspective, it's interesting because pushing it forward just doesn't require the same, like once your actual quads get burned,
Yeah.
it's like a different thing.
What's crazy because it's like variable.
Yep. Wow. Actually, you're up.
God, my calves are burning, dude.
Yeah, we'll just go through a couple sets of this.
Whew.
Yeah, let's do it. Cool thing about the sled too, and as do you do strength training with your jiu-jitsu right now, or do you do a lot of strength training in general?
Yeah, I do normal weightlifting stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Because like, so outside of what we're gonna do some sandbag shit.
Yeah.
But when you do get a sled,
Yeah.
one thing you can start doing is like pulling with your back in like somewhat compromised positions. Rope flow stuff is gonna help. It's gonna absolutely help. It's gonna like, even like the curvature you're talking about in your spine, the decompression of benefits you get from that are gonna be pretty crazy. But with the sled, you can pull with the neutral spine, but then you can also train yourself, because in jiu-jitsu, like, notice my scapula is here, I protract.
Yep.
So now I have rounding in my upper back when I'm pulling. I can pull laterally with that rounded upper back. I could bring this back here. I could round my back.
It's weird stuff for your feet too, your feet
Yeah.
and ankles.
Right? Pull with the rounded back here. So I have now a curvature in my spine. I have a lateral curvature, and I have this rounded thoracic spine as I'm now pulling against this sled, developing my back in those positions. And we get in those positions a lot in jiu-jitsu, right? But
This
now
all
it's
shit
with
you
movement.
you can make up. You don't have to remember what he's saying.
You don't have to start, but then also like,
You can make a lot of it up.
a lot, you can, yeah, you just think about the shapes you create. You're in this position a lot in jiu-jitsu too. So can you create force and be comfortable here, right? The sled is amazing for that shit. You don't have to fuck with that right now.
Yeah.
But that's something that, like, it's one of the reasons why I don't have back pain at all. Like, my back feels stronger than ever, and it is healthier than ever because I've exposed it to
Yeah.
a lot of different, a lot of different shapes and
Yes.
resistance. And one thing that I think they don't think about it in traditional resistance training is because there's usually no need for people to be in these shapes, and people don't really venture there. So there's all this neutral spine rigidity thing. But like when you go to other sports, your spine is meant to bend and move.
Right.
So how about strengthening it in those positions, which is this Sandbags money for that shit.
Yeah.
The advantage is like you're not under like a bunch of weight. You know, we're not asking you to like hold 185 pounds and then move your spine in some weird way. Yeah, there you go. And just be kind of conscious of your breathing too, because you can get hurt if you are kind of like just real tight.
Right.
Yeah.
So just make sure you're breathing. Try to breathe in and out of your nose the best you can, or even in the nose and just out the mouth. Something you can add to your being outside and getting in the sun is just breathing. Like really pay attention to your breathing throughout the day, all day, every day.
Yep.
Whether you're texting or taking a shit or whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah.
Try to keep stuff in your nose the best you can. Very not easy to do all the time.
We had this guy on our show. His name's Gil Headley. Actually, you might enjoy him. he's worked probably with the most cadavers than anyone else. And
he's perfect for your show. Oh my God.
Show. Like, and he's the one who like he on our show a few years ago, he really delved into fascia and like what people get wrong about the body, what's so wrong with circumcision. But
really,
Gil goes crazy with it. It's great info. He's legit. People in the science space love his ass too. But he was talking about pooping, and in general, people will push down when they poop to push it out, right? We wonder about the incidents.
Try to force the poop, yeah, because it's
squatty potty.
Because it's a particular time of day, people trying to shit when they don't have to shit.
But not just the squatty potty, right? The squatty potty gets you in that position, but also not pushing and just allowing the breath to kind of release your rectum and just let it out. People have a lot of colon issues over time because they always keep bearing down to poop.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you just inhale, you'll notice your booty hole relaxes, right? And just let that shit slide out. You'll be so much healthier. No, seriously. That's how
funny,
I
dude.
poop. That's how Gil poops. That's how he tries to tell people to poop. Like, don't push it out. Don't stress your system. Just breathe, relax, and let it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just these little things, man. These little details.
I have a weird poop clock that's built into me where at the same time every day I'm like fucking sprinting to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Poop clock?
Yeah.
But Gil's fucking, he's awesome.
Yeah, he sounds fascinating, dude. I need to check that out.
He is, dude.
Oh, you got a place to skateboard in there?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Are your kids into any of that yet?
I'm trying to get them more into it.
Yeah.
My 2-year-old, my 3-year-old likes the skating more than my 6-year-old, but
I'm jealous, man. I think skating and like surfing seems like so much fun, but I never learned it.
I'm surprised living in California.
Well, I'm from New York originally, so there was definitely no surfing going on.
But how long have you been here?
For maybe 30 years.
Yeah. No excuse, Mark.
Yeah, no excuses. Grab a surfboard and start going.
That's right.
Whenever I see people surfing, I always do think about how tiring it must be.
It's not as bad in California because you guys have like cleaner, consistent swells, like longer period swells. So there's like breaks in between the waves. But in Florida, we surf when there's hurricanes. So it's like constant barrage being fucking just tortured by waves constantly. So
start with something super light. This is only 45 pounds. But just the basics of it, just kind of stand over it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna lift it differently than a deadlift. You don't need to keep your back super flat. So you just try to bend down to it and just pick it up. Your back can be rounded. I mean, this isn't heavy, but you do want to try to squeeze it. As the weight gets heavier, maybe you'll make a little noise as you come off the ground. But
like you mentioned, allow yourself to exhale when you're bringing that up.
Yeah.
Are you using your legs or your back when you do this?
Butt, legs, back.
All of it.
You can connect them all together if you want, you know, it just kind of depends. Like the weight is light enough to where it just doesn't matter as much.
Yeah. No, I can definitely feel how it uses everything, you know? It's
right?
not isolating.
Then nothing feels weird, your back feels good?
Yeah, my back feels fine.
Good.
One of my biggest downfalls is I have like really tight hamstrings. Like unbelievably tight hamstrings. And I'm like constantly sitting on tennis balls trying to loosen them up and it never seems to get anywhere.
This will help a lot. This will help. This will just help you move a little bit better so that it's not less of a problem. So this is 60. So kind of same thing. If you want to use your back, and you can kind of just go here, or you can use your butt, or you can squat it. It's fine to squat it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Like a barbell, you're generally here or here. Torso's in the same position, but with these, you can allow yourself to like get some rounding here, right? You can try to lift it and stack it. You don't have to do any of that right now, but like you're getting in this position. And for you as a grappler, there's a lot of times where when you're an opponent, you're in like this type of passing position.
Yeah.
So can you create force and be comfortable in those positions? Because as you get stronger
Like be
with
explosive, you mean?
be explosive, like not having to think about it either. You know what I mean? Like,
Also, if you're super tight or it doesn't feel great to lift it from there, you can just lift it from here.
Exactly.
You know, you can kind of be like, okay, well that feels more comfortable, and then over time you can work your way back down.
Yeah.
That's, by the way, what Mark mentioned there. That's how I built. Because like when I started with the 300, it was very hard for me to lift it off the ground. Boom. There we go. allow yourself to exhale on the way up. Like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the most weight you've deadlifted?
I don't stretch it. I do 2 plates on each side, 2
Okay.
45s on each side, whatever that is.
Yeah. So
I try not to go too heavy because whenever I do that, I fuck
So
up my lower
out of
back.
nowhere, you're not gonna pick up a 225-pound
Right.
sandbag. You know, maybe over time you could.
Yeah.
But then if you can pick up a 225-pound sandbag, you can probably deadlift 315 very easily. You're usually using less weight when you're doing this, and again, I just think it helps you organize your breathing and your body just a little bit better.
2 of the reasons why sandbags are really good is because you look at the weight, you have to get your hands involved. Like again, you're passing somebody in jiu-jitsu, gi or no gi. You're gonna be pummeling or you're gonna be grabbing and moving, right? But one of the things is there's never a time that when you're moving the resistance of another human being, there's rarely a time that you're gonna hold your breath, right? But when we train ourselves, when working with a lot of weights at the gym, we train this breath holding all the time when we're lifting.
Yeah.
We train that. That doesn't why doesn't that transfer well into martial arts? It's not supposed to. You're rarely ever supposed to hold your breath. So when working with this, one thing to think about is like treat it like a human. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna come up to a human and you're gonna try to lift, you're gonna inhale down.
Right.
Right? You're gonna exhale on the way up. And that breath, the exhale gives you a natural brace. Like if you were to do an exhale right now, kind of growl. Do it again, just growl again, inhale, growl. What do you feel here?
Super tight.
Exactly. It's a dynamic brace versus the Valsalva, which is a static brace. If you do a Valsalva and hold your breath, you don't move around well.
Right.
Right? But if you exhale, you can still move while that exhale is providing a level of compression to keep your spine safe.
Yeah.
So that's why when you're lifting these, as Mark mentioned, you want to use the breath to help you lift the load so that the breath is the thing that's going to keep your body safe. Right. It's when you hold your breath that you're going to be in a more of a risk of getting injured, because when you hold your breath, you actually can't move well. And when you can't move with a dynamic load that you're trying to lift up, and that's when you'll tweak something.
I couldn't believe it. Years ago, we had a lifter come into the gym, and I always used to say, like, no one's going to really do anything that's ever going to like surprise or shock me in the gym, because I've been around some really high level world champion powerlifters. But I was wrong. There was a guy named Stan Efferding that came through the doors, and he shocked the shit out of me. And also another guy named Eric Spoto. But Stan Efferding, when he would lift, he would go, and I was like, how is he letting out all this energy at the bottom of his squat? No one ever does that. Normally, if we're going to squat, we would go, like as you're doing the squat or the deadlift or something, you would make the noise afterwards. But he was doing it as he was coming out of the bottom of the lift. And I was like, holy shit, this is like unbelievable. Yeah. Now fast forward to now where I'm working on with this stuff. Now what he was doing makes so much more sense to me. It's almost like, have you ever heard people talk about when someone gets in a car accident, a lot of times the person that's drunk doesn't get injured? Right. But because the other people are probably bracing themselves. They're just like limp. Person's that drunk, I don't know what the hell is going on. Right. And their body is probably organizing the way they're bracing for that, probably completely differently. Yeah. Maybe not even at all. But right. But anyway, through this, yeah, it is important to try to let out a little bit of noise. This is a little heavier than the 60, but I don't think it's much. Or it might even be. Actually, I think it's lighter. It might even be lighter. Yeah. We'll go with this guy. So this guy's 100. Don't let that number scare you.
What's that guy's name that lives in Tampa, the power lifter that's friends with Dom? He makes these videos.
Got to give that a shot.
He does videos at the gym. He films himself at Crunch Fitness, and he fucking like walks up and he's like screaming. He's like, ah!
Oh shit! Maybe Lane Norton.
That's who it is. Yes, Lane Norton. Yeah, he like walks up. He's like, whoa! He's like fucking, like everyone's looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Lane goes nuts when he works out.
Yeah, he does. He does.
It's fucking hilarious. But maybe he's onto something.
Maybe he's onto something. I think he just loves getting hyped up.
Yeah, maybe.
Lift the lighter one a little bit while using your breath.
Okay.
Train that, kind of get that pattern in, and then move to the heavier one and do the same thing.
Right.
Your back actually moves really well.
Yep.
Your back moves a lot better than mine does. Your spine at the bottom is able to bend and express itself the way that it should. So should be in pretty good standing to be able to lift these up pretty good. Nice.
Oh yeah, it becomes way easier.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and you have a good structure. You got lats and everything to be able to do all this stuff. Maybe a little bit more of an ass. We can work on that. Nsima has special classes.
Yeah.
You go through the back end of his website.
I can only pay with crypto, right?
Yeah, true. Nice. So let's give him a target. We'll have him maybe load it onto here.
A cool way to train your strength with these, and this is why, like, one of the reasons why sandbags are so cool, they're prior loaded, right? So I'll get a bunch of the sandbags sent your way. You'll just have to fill them with sand. But if you have some sprinkled around your gym and all the areas you frequent, like maybe have a 50, a 100, a 125, whatever, around your home, garage, or whatever, so that you just, like, that's how I got stronger with them. I'd have one in the living room that I'd just pass by and just get used to just picking up without thinking.
Yeah.
So there's no prep to having to work the weight. Like, you don't have to psych yourself out. You can just go up to it.
Right.
Right? You can just go up to it and lift, right? And that will allow you to become familiar so that, again, you're working with a resistance of a person in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about that. You're just breathing and moving. It becomes second nature. Whereas usually, like, a barbell is an implement where you load it. There's thinking with working with resistance. You want to make this something that you don't have to think with.
Right.
Let's have you try with the 60. Let's have you shoulder it.
Shoulder it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one's close to the 200.
There you go.
Never done that before.
Yeah, that was great. There's certain techniques you can have with it, but you can also just, if you just try to go a little faster, and you just try to, like, transition faster from here to here.
Yeah.
I think you can do that. Go ahead and give that a shot. Yeah, there you go. Easy. Yep. And now you know how those CrossFit girls do it, because they have like a 120-pound bag and they throw it over their shoulder. Good.
Nice.
Yeah, you turn that into nothing after doing it just for a little bit.
I definitely need to get some of these things.
One really good thing to do with them too, it's like depending on what type of workout you're doing, like you can add this to any workout. Your gym has a space for it. Pick up a sandbag, bear hug, walk with it. You're gonna feel like your glutes. It's like one of the best.
Really?
Things
Devastating.
Yeah, like pick up if you want to, you can pick up that 100.
Yeah.
And just like walk down
on your
there.
shoulder?
You can do on your shoulder or in front of you like this.
Okay.
But one cool thing too is as you're doing it, make sure that you're breathing into your diaphragm. It's going to train your breathing also. So like I'll pick up this one. And Mark, if you want to pick up one too?
Yeah. Just go on a little stroll.
Yeah, let's just walk with it real quick.
I don't know.
We can go out here, get some sun. Just don't trip. Okay. And you can gable grip it like you would in jiu-jitsu if you want to. Right? Exactly. Breathe into it. How you feeling? At any point you have to put it down, just put it down.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh. Wow.
Isn't that
How's the booty
insane?
feel?
That is insane.
How does that kill so bad, right?
How's
Really?
your butt?
I can feel it in my lower back.
Yeah.
Bad in the lower back or a pump in the lower back?
Pump, I think.
There we go. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it wasn't like, yeah.
That's what we're looking for. A nice, good amount of blood gets there.
Yeah, dude.
Woo! But yeah. Another thing that you can, like, again, warm yourself up. That's an easy practice you could do each day just to get yourself used to that. And the breathing with load, you know, initially, like, while you're doing this, I heard your breath a little bit. It's like, right?
Yeah.
If you can get yourself diaphragm, constant inhale, exhale.
I had that thing right against my diaphragm. So
Yeah, there's
kinda
pressure.
hard.
That's one of the ways to train diaphragmatic breathing. Sometimes people put a light kettlebell here, lie back on the ground, and Now the kettlebell rise and come down and make sure this stays down.
Yeah.
So that you train yourself to breathe here and expand here versus breathing vertically.
Right.
Expanding here, right? It's going to help your wind over time. It's a lot of changes out here that happens, but you'll notice the difference over time. Even your surfing will feel better.
Yeah, I can imagine, bro. I mean, that's like the foundation of all that stuff.
Yeah.
Feels awesome to do that shit, huh?
Huh?
Feels awesome to do that kind of stuff.
Dude, it really does.
I mean, it also feels good to get like a pump, you know? It feels good to do biceps, triceps, right? Like, that stuff feels good, but to me, this just feels, for me, for now, this just feels better, I guess, because I've been doing the other stuff maybe for so long.
I agree 100%, dude. It feels better to do like new weird shit you've never done.
There's no reason why you can't
switching it up.
Yeah, there's no reason why you can't keep some of the other stuff in.
Yeah.
The stuff you learned, there's no reason to completely turn your back on that.
No, yeah.
You still utilize some of that, but
for sure. Yeah, whenever I work out with like Dom at his farm, he's just all the compound shit. Like
his capacity is
like,
yeah.
His capacity is just so high, you know.
It's insane. It really is. Like the amount of weight that he puts on that hex bar and then walks with.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. And those hay bales that he pushes. That dude's a superhuman.
Yeah.
Didn't he like fast for a week and then deadlift 600 or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 585 for like 10 reps.
I fasted for a week once and did like 10 times more pull-ups than I had ever done before.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, and I played full court basketball for an hour with no like cramping or anything. No exhaustion. It was insane.
Wow. I know it gets. Oh, so was this like within your fast after that week or after a meal after the fast?
No, this was like during like the last 2 days of the fast.
That's so interesting because like I know it like gets rid of inflammation. Like that's why my mom does fasting so much. But that energy surge is an interesting thing. I have never done that before. I mean, I've fasted, but I've never like done activity towards the end of a fast like that.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Did he explain why?
I have no. I don't think anyone could explain why that happened. I was drinking that maple syrup lemonade concoction every day, and just water.
Interesting.
And yeah, for some reason I just had insane endurance.
You know who Patrick McEwen is? Did that name ring a bell for you?
No.
Okay, he wrote this book called The Oxygen Advantage, which Mark and I, Mark brought him onto the podcast in like 2017. I read that book a year before, and he's the guy who had me start thinking about nasal breathing. And you'll talk to different fitness professionals, and they're like, nasal breathing makes no difference. There's no reason to do that. But when you breathe through your nose, like produce nitric oxide, your heart rate stays lower, keeps you more parasympathetic. It's hard for people to breathe through nose when doing harder activity just because they're not used to doing it, so you feel a lot of resistance. And the nasal passageway does have more resistance than your mouth airway. Like you're able to take in more oxygen doing that than doing that. But over the years, as I got better breathing through my nose, one thing you notice is when you breathe through your nose, your heart rate is lower. So like my goal when doing cardio work on the assault bike is to increase my power output, my wattage, while maintaining breathing through my nose. And if I have to open my mouth, I'm going too hard. So I'll slow down and find a point that I can maintain while only breathing through the nose. And
it's very recoverable. Like that workout didn't really cost you anything, right? To do the 30 minutes for
No, because it was all nasal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's
recoverable?
Yeah, you can recover from it very easy.
Oh.
Because nasal breathing keeps you parasympathetic. It keeps you calm. It's like, you see this in Jiu Jitsu. Like you've probably rolled with people and they're like when you're breathing in that way, you are under more stress because you're breathing heavier. But the goal with nasal breathing is to ideally get yourself to a point that you can do harder and harder activity while having to use less oxygen, which makes you more efficient.
Yeah.
Right? So what if you're able to do all your Jiu Jitsu, but you're able to do it well, but your heart rate never went over 155, right?
Insane.
And you'd be able to do it more. Doesn't mean that you'll never breathe through your mouth. Like when you roll with people that really push you, maybe your mouth will open, but a majority of the time, maybe you don't even have to do that.
Right.
That took me a few years, but like that's why Jiu-Jitsu doesn't really cost me much at this point.
Yeah.
Because I don't ever have to breathe through my mouth. I only have to do that when I'm rolling with someone that's like, someone who's world class. You know what I mean? And not means to sound like an asshole, but that's like that's where this nasal training comes in. It allows you to keep a governor on your intensity, so that over time you become a more efficient grappler, more efficient mover, while having to use less oxygen.
Yeah,
that's one of the things that Patrick McEwen talks about in the book. I think you'd like the book. He mentions that people overbreathe.
You're also utilizing fat when you're, I mean, there's also your heart rate is a factor, so it's not just nasal breathing, but basically when you're breathing in and out of your nose, you're in more of a fat burning state, and when you start to breathe in and out of your mouth, you start to get more glycolytic, you're burning more sugar, you're burning more carbohydrate.
Yeah.
And it's good to be able to do both. You know, it's good to be able to do both, but most people are kind of relying on that fight or flight, breathing in and out of the mouth, almost like hyperventilating way too early in a training session. And then it costs them that much more when they go to do something. You know, they're paying their debts like kind of right then and there. Yeah. And they're making the recovery harder and harder throughout the week. Yeah. Rather than, you know, if you're doing stuff that's easier and you're just doing it with like, you know, quote unquote, no sweat, then it's going to feel like that to your body too. And you're going to be able to recover from it pretty well.
I don't play tennis, but someone really cool to watch is Roger Federer. And when you watch Roger Federer, even when he's doing like these like long rallies with someone like Nadal or anybody, listen to Federer when he hits the ball towards the end of a rally. Pay attention to his face and pay attention to his opponents all the time. You're always going to see Federer 26 ball rally, 30 ball rally. Like he's not he's not doing that. And it's not like bad that tennis players do that, but it just shows how efficient Federer's breathing is compared to his other high level opponents. So it's not saying that you can't get to a high level if you're breathing through your mouth, but the longevity of his career, how easy he makes it look, and the how he breathes, I think are a very fascinating thing. Like it's really cool when I see people that do really hard things, but they make it look super easy. Yes. Right? And there's something to pay attention there. It's like, why is this stressful thing look so less, like it's impacting this guy less than this person? Right. Why? Right. And for Federer, like people have noticed, it's his breathing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. We think people underestimate it, like a lot of athletes and a lot of coaches and stuff just brush it off. It's because a lot of athletes already can breathe fairly well in terms of, like they already have a pretty high VO2 max, most likely. And so therefore, when they do casual shit, they're able to breathe normally. Yeah. But you can still push that capacity up so much higher. So like I think a lot of athletes don't realize, even though they can breathe well, maybe they're already really good at CrossFit, or they're, you know, they're a triathlete or something like that. They might not realize that they could push that so much further still. They could still make everything that they're doing easier and probably still make more progress.
It's amazing to me how all the time, whenever I train in jiu-jitsu, I constantly get my ass kicked by people who are way less in shape or fit than I am. Yeah. Like fat dudes, you know, are just like smoking me constantly. I'm like, how?
Well, that's partially a skill thing.
Yeah,
you know
exactly,
what I mean?
Exactly. Because the problem is I don't know what the fuck I'm doing and they know what they're doing.
That's weird. Like when I started jiu-jitsu, like I had these black belts that were like 160 pounds. I was 265 at the time. I have a roll on my YouTube channel like 6 or 7 years ago. Like 9 years ago. This black belt, 165, I swear, 160. I'm 265 at the time, tapped me 6 times in 6 minutes. I have that video there.
Christ.
I have the video there, and I was counting down the taps so that people could see it, because it's like, that's why jiu-jitsu is like so magical. Yeah. Because somebody like that can beat up somebody like me when like at my peak size, he was wrecking me, right? And that was happening for a while, right? So that's the cool thing about it. Like, it is a martial art where the smaller man can beat the bigger, stronger man, you know?
Totally.
It's a superpower, dude.
I had this dude on my podcast a couple months ago who's he's a double black belt.
Double black belt?
Jiu-jitsu and judo.
Oh, he's dangerous. He's dangerous.
He was showing me all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah. And he's married to one of the Gracie's granddaughters. He was telling me
his name?
His name's Zoltan Bathory.
Zoltan.
What an awesome name! If you just go on
Instagram and type in Zoltan.
That sounds like a video game name or something.
It does, like a Street Fighter.
Yeah.
He's got like dreadlocks. He's a white dude, or he's like Russian or something. He's fascinating, bro. Some of the stuff that he was explaining to me was just blowing my mind. Just the balance stuff. Just like the judo, like like starting from standing, and like he was explaining like, and this is probably just normal to you, but to me it was blowing my mind. He was explaining like how you use, like if somebody reaches for you or whatever, all you do is just go like this and they're off balance. You just go like that, and then now you can use that to do whatever you want. He's like, just flow, whatever they're doing, just do the opposite. And like it's a dance and they will automatically go off balance and you can take this, sweep them, do that. Like I was like, wow.
Have you ever seen the game of push hands? It's a way to learn this leverage concept that this guy is teaching you, but in a way that like you could do it every day. It's not going to beat you up. And if you have a buddy or friends of yours that also do jiu-jitsu that you ever hang out with, y'all can just do push hands for like 20 or 30 minutes.
Show me.
Come here. So we're just going to get in a stance that you feel solid.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we're going to meet hands here. Let me take this off. Right? Push hands is pretty much sensitivity training, right? Okay. So your goal is to just meet my put your like and an open palm. When we get to a point, you can come in these positions, but you're trying to push me off balance. So think about that.
Okay.
Put your hands here with mine.
Okay.
Okay. Now just flow with this and try to push me off balance. Do you see it?
Yeah.
So do you notice that when I went, I purposely went like this so I could get you to like move your body that way.
Right.
But now I want you to like go for my upper body. Try to push me off balance. Just try to push me off balance. Keep going. Keep going. So, but do you see how like the game doesn't have to be aggressive. I don't have to fucking go like this.
Right.
But it's sensitivity training. So you learn over time with the reps, you're gonna get the hang of like, okay, I'm pushing here. How do you good?
Right,
See,
you just
so
like flow.
How do you dissipate the force? Right? Which is exactly what he was talking about. Instead of like meeting my force, just rotate and take that with you. And then maybe when I do this, put your arm under my elbow and pull me with it.
Right. That's exactly. Yeah.
So that's what this game is.
Yes.
And you could do this for 20, 30 minutes. No one gets hurt, but you're getting this reps of, okay, push me off balance here, push me off balance. Okay, I do this here, I do this here. That transfers into your jiu-jitsu so well.
Yeah. So that's what he was explaining. He was like, the judo really teaches you balance better than any jiu-jitsu guy will know.
Yeah, it does.
And that was fascinating.
But that's a game right there.
That is cool.
It's just, I'll send you a bunch of videos, but it's one of those things that you can like, I know you're not able to train as much as you'd like, but that game will improve your awareness and your sensitivity. I do it a lot with people where it's like eyes closed and just feeling it. Yeah. Right. So like here. Yep. Now I want you to breathe. I don't want you to focus on me. Okay. Right. I want you to push me off balance, and I want you to maintain balance. I'm gonna keep my eyes closed.
Just pushing your arms?
Yes. No. Push. You can push my body too.
Okay.
Push my body. Push my arms. Whatever. Just try to push me off balance. Okay. Make sure you're breathing, and make sure you have a strong base. I don't want. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Oh! Good, let's go again. All right. It's sensitivity. So as you do it more and more, you're going to be able to just feel when the opponent's pushing. You flow. You flow with pressures, and that's a lot of what jiu-jitsu is. Yeah. When you get better and better, you're going to learn that. Oh, I don't have to just resist this guy in the side control. I can just, and my pressure's down on him. Yes. That's all it is. It's leverage and pressure. And push hands is a gentle game that teaches you leverage, pressure, flowing with pressure. Yes. And you get high repetitions. I
love that shit, dude.
Yeah.
I fucking love that shit.
Dude, you should really find people to do that with.
Yeah. No, you're right. I totally think that's super important.
It really improved my jiu-jitsu. Like I've been doing it for maybe a year and a half now, and that's a game that's like allowing me to understand leverage better, even though I'm not having to train jiu-jitsu. And that's like why a lot of these practices are really cool, like rope flow, rotation. Like I like finding practices that allow you to train elements of jiu-jitsu without having to wreck yourself with jiu-jitsu, because usually your thought is like, if I want to get better at jiu-jitsu, I have to train more jiu-jitsu. And there's a truth to that. Yes. But there's ways to train elements of the martial art that don't tax your body as much.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yep, totally.